Oil is the future of energy. Oil has been used within the last 200 years and has been a reliable and relatively cheap source of energy. This commercial is brought to you by olive oil, trusted by the people for more than 100 years.
Fossil fuels are sources of energy that are formed from organic remains of prehistoric plants and animals. There are different types of fossil fuels besides oil, such as coal and natural gas. Oil is a non-renewable energy source. The oil gets trapped by the caprock with porous rocks and gas after moving up from the source rock, where the oil and gas are produced. Finding oil can be very complicated and expensive. A well is drilled so that the crude oil and other liquids travel up the borehole. After the drilling, liquids are separated so the transportation of oil and gas can be safe. Oil is transported by pipelines or tankers directly to the oil refineries. Oil can be burnt directly. Crude oil is easy to get out of the ground and very easy to transport. After the oil is extracted from the ground, the oil is sent to the factory. But then they burn the fuel, they heat the water to make the steam, then the steam turns the turbines turn the generators, and that makes electricity. Here are some advantages of oil. Oil is cleaner and easier to burn, unlike coal, which can harm the environment by the pollutants it emits in the air. Oil can be quite expensive to get and very complicated, however, it is relatively cheap. Electricity produced from oil is very reliable. Oil is the world's most versatile fossil fuel. Oil can produce petroleum, which makes things like plastics, herbicides, fertilizers, pesticides, detergents, paints, and furniture. Oil can also produce gasoline, which can fuel automobiles, aircrafts, and make heating oils. Oil can also be made into lubrication and is part of the production of electricity. As you can see, oil is definitely the world's most versatile fossil fuel.
Disadvantages of oil. Oil is a non-renewable energy source that takes millions of years to form, and therefore once existing and any new reserves are depleted, there is no way to obtain more. While crude oil is easy to transport, one of the more common transportation methods is shipping oil from port to port by a supertanker, which is a massive purpose-built tanker ships capable of transporting enormous amounts of oil to sea. While spills are rare, they are by no means unheard of, resulting in inevitably catastrophic effect on marine life, such as birds and coastlines, which is evident for many years. Burning oil generates carbon dioxide, which is also called a greenhouse gas, although at slightly lesser extent than coal in terms of the energy extracted, it is still a harmful effect on the environment. Influence on society. Almost 55% of the world's extractable oil is in the Middle East. Oil has influenced all aspects of life for the countries of the Arabian Peninsula regarding global, cultural, and power and politics. The Standard Oil Company of California first discovered oil in Saudi Arabia in 1936. Later on, they discovered more oil in neighboring countries such as Kuwait, Bahrain, and UAE, which quickly made these nations rich. Westerners especially rely heavily on these connections with the Middle East in order to get petroleum to start their car and also light their houses. Places in the Middle East, such as the UAE, are very rich due to this. Citizens of the UAE are given free healthcare, electricity, and water due to their find. Citizens are able to live a well-rounded life due to the benefits of the government. Oil itself is very relatively cheap as it is in the area and it's a local resource. Even though oil is not environmentally friendly, it is still more beneficial than solar or wind power in Dubai.